Hello everyone, so this is sort of my return to the booktube world. I've been away from making videos about books for several months now, but I'm being pushed back into doing it because the very lovely Julia from Julia's Bookcase tagged me in the Goodreads Tag. She's a very good friend of mine. We've known each other for about 10 years now, I think, and she's very lovely. She's just started booktube. It's a very new channel. Really nice stuff going up so far, so definitely go check her out. She said some very lovely words about my channel, so thank you very much, and thank you for tagging me. So question number 1, what was the last book that you marked as read? And that book would be the book with the world's longest title, Sleep, the Myth of 8 Hours, the Power of Naps, and a New Plan to Recharge Your Body and Mind. And that is by Nick Littlehales. I came across this book because I was just wandering around foils and it looked interesting, so I had a flick through, liked it, so I bought it on Kindle, which is why I don't have like a physical version with me. But a lot of people like me just struggle with getting a decent night's sleep because you kind of wake up and you're just tired and you spend the whole day being tired and thinking, oh, I wish I could go to bed. And then you go to bed and you sleep and you wake up and the whole cycle repeats. It's like you're pretty much basically not sleeping, or you're getting very low quality sleep, and I just don't understand it. And you just can't continue on like this. It's pretty good. Like, it didn't teach me a lot of new things, but that's only because I've been researching like sleep and sleep methods and tips and things like that for absolute years. It didn't like bless me with a lot of new sleep knowledge, and I don't really like the writing style of it, but I'll talk about that some other time. If you're curious about it, it is worth checking out and worth a read. Question number 2, what book are you currently reading? And that book would be The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's one of my favourite books of all time. I first read it when I was in sixth form in my first year, so I was 16. Just absolutely loved it and just have been rereading it almost constantly ever since. So just absolutely beautiful book. Highly recommend. Book number 3. What was the last book that you marked as to read? In my to be read list, or TBR as people call it for short, there's currently 95 books there, and that's because of BuzzFeed. I took a BuzzFeed quiz which was like, how many of these classics have you read? And there was quite a lot that I just haven't read, so I just kind of marked most of them down, and as a result I have 95 books to be read. I'm not sure if I'm that interested in reading them. They're just sort of books that I felt like I should read because they're very established classics. Maybe I'll get around to it. Anyway, the book I last marked was Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Toy Story. And the reason why I put that book down was because at that time I recently saw a play. It was called So It Goes by the very wonderful On the Run Productions. There's a part where the main character explaining how her parents met, and they were both the parents were teachers in the school. The guy, the dad, just joined the school, really liked this lady, but she was unfortunately in a relationship at the time. So what the father did was he gave her a copy of Anna Karenina, and she read it, and then after reading it broke up with her boyfriend and then rushed to be in a relationship with her dad, and that is how her parents met. And I just kind of love that story, so you got to check out the book after that. Question number 4, what book do you plan on reading next? And the book is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying, a simple, effective way to banish clutter forever, and that is by the very lovely Marie Kondo. I came across this book because I was researching books to recommend for work, and this book was very highly recommended. Took a look, very high ratings as well, and it is really all about how to tidy, and it sounds really naff, but I checked it out. A lot of people like swear by this book. They say like it changed their life, and it's by a very lovely Japanese lady who works as a tidying and organising consultant Yes, that is a real job. Also, I really like the writing style. It's not patronizing at all. It's just really trying to teach you things. Question number 5. Do you use the star rating system on Goodreads? And the answer to that is no. I don't really see the point, to be honest, because when you do a star rating system on Goodreads, does it really matter? Because when you give star ratings, it pops up on your feed, and the people looking at your feed are just your friends. And I don't think my friends really care about how I rate this certain book. If they want to know what I think about a book, they will just ask me. So it's not like I deign to give this book 5 stars, I will bless it with a full rating, or I hate this book, you will have none of my stars, none of them for you. The only reason I see it being useful is for like authors with new books, especially new authors. It's really useful for them if their book is highly rated and gets a lot of stars, because it bumps it up, and that is important to just like help out. Question number 6. Are you doing a reading challenge for 2016? Answer is yes. I am currently doing the 50 book challenge, so I've got to try and read 50 books this year. I'm on 37 books, so according to Goodreads, I'm 7 books behind schedule. So you haven't used it before, you can put in whatever number you want. You don't have to be so crazy and put in 50. There's like a little box saying how many you've read, and there's like a little level bar saying how many books you're on at the moment. It is my first time undertaking like a reading challenge of any sort, let alone on Goodreads, so I think I'm doing okay. I commute a lot and I read really fast, so I don't think I'll be behind for very long, hopefully. I blame my English degree for taking up all my time, because when you do English and when you do any sort of education, just like, what's reading for fun? What's that like? Question number 7. Do you have a wish list? I don't know you could have one. I don't know if you can have one. If it exists, it's not a feature I've used. I don't really use a wish list because I'm not someone who just kind of like writes down all the books I want to read. I'm more of a bookshop browser, so I'll go into a bookshop, look around. If there's a book I want, I'll just get it if I can afford it, because I tend to shop at charity shops for books anyway, so they're generally much more affordable, and then I will just read it. So I don't really have a to be read list either. So I don't really stockpile books that I mean to read but never do read, because I just kind of read them immediately. Like if I don't know where to keep like a list of books to read. I could put them on Goodreads actually, but like making a to be read list or a wish list just kind of makes it like a to-do list, and it kind of kills the love of reading for me. Question number 8 is, do you have any favourite quotes? And that is yes I do. I am basically like a human fortune cookie, and that is not a racist joke towards myself. My friends always comment that I'm just randomly full of quotes. So these are the ones that just run through my head most frequently, and they're just the ones that I really like. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old men should burn and rave at close of day. Rage against the dying of the light. And that's by Dylan Thomas. It was quoted in Interstellar, which is how I came across that quote anyway, and it's a beautiful poem. Dylan Thomas wrote it for his father, who was on his deathbed, and he was just so angry that his father was just going so peacefully, and he wanted him to just have some sort of fire and just acknowledge that, you know, because they felt like, my dad is dying, that's not okay, but my dad's okay with it. And that's just sort of like the story behind the poem, and it's so powerful and so motivating. Like even when things are ending, fight and really fight for it. And another quote that I really like is from the poem And Still I Rise by Maya Angelou, and it's, you may write me down in history with your bitter twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. And that is so powerful and uplifting and defiant and strong, and it's just utterly wonderful. And the very final question is question number 9. Do you have any favourite authors? And that is the very wonderful Neil Gaiman. I freaking love Neil Gaiman. I have more of his books, but I don't have it with me at the moment. He's just so talented. He's got such an incredible mind. He's so creative and just weird and fantastic and funny, and he's just amazing. And he's so diverse in his writing style, so like he'll write film scripts and radio scripts and books and short stories and novels and poetry, and just such a great writer, great mind. Every time that I feel like demotivated to write or just kind of a bit lost in terms of writing, I'll just read some of his work and it'll pick me right back up again. So I cannot recommend him enough. These are his short story collections. Just take either one. You can't have mine. Just get his work. It's great. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'm now gonna tag the very lovely Katie from Books and Things. I've been watching her channel for most of this year now, actually. She's really good, very down to earth, very excitable about books and tea. Those are her two favourite things in the whole world. She talks a lot about Victorian literature. Her favourite author is Charles Dickens, so that's kind of your thing. Definitely go check it out. She's also started like reading out her own fiction and short stories and stuff like that as well, so definitely go check her out. Also, I don't think, Katie, you've done this tag before. If you've done it before, I'm sorry, fake fan. Yes, I tag you to do the Goodreads tag, and if you have time, I look forward to seeing it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!